It's been an incredible run. I can't, I've been on 32 years.
But you were only supposed to be on for like a couple weeks. And
What happened was I was supposed to be on it was supposed to be a 6-month contract. Then we kind of made a deal for a year. I thought I'd come in, kick ass, and get the hell out. But I actually started loving it. But the problem was early on when I first started, the first 3 weeks, I had my third nervous breakdown, manic episode. Quit the show. Told my wife, took my shoes off, my socks off, and said, I'm going to be a preacher. I'm going to go around town and preach. And one thing after another, one night I drank a bottle of red wine and threatened to kill her. And it wasn't, I knew that I was going through my third breakdown. So maybe not at that moment I knew I was actually drunk and just wanted to scare her. I've never heard anybody's knees under a table like this. I'm like, because she was so scared. She called my psychiatrist, and she said, I think he's going through another nervous breakdown. So he goes, put him on the phone. And she goes, okay, and put me on the phone, my psychiatrist, and I'm like, hey, Chuck, what's going on? How you doing? I get off the phone, he calls Paula, and he says he's going through a breakdown. She says, how do you know? Because he's never called me Chuck. And sure enough, it was hell.
Why? Do you know why you had that nervous breakdown?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I was off my medication for like 2 months. 2 years.
Why were you off your medication for 2 years?
Because I had come to LA. I got a big job right away playing Desi Arnaz. What's the matter, honey?
I like that. I like that.
And I thought, let's move into this lavish place, this house, and I just didn't take my medication. Every time I've stopped taking my medication, I have a breakdown.
You're on medication now?
32 years straight, no breakdown.
No breakdown, 32 years.
Lithium. It's on the cover of my book. Love and Lithium saved my life. And it really did.
You were diagnosed with bipolar disorder at 22. Now, back then, okay, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me too.
They actually diagnosed you as bipolar, 45 years ago or so?
Yeah, but when they put me in a mental institution at 21, and I had my 22nd birthday in there, which is the timing of it, right?
Right.
Here I am with bars on the windows and people yelling at night, and that's my birthday. They could not tell me what I had. I was in there for 2.5 weeks, so it took about 2 months to diagnose me. They said, is he an alcoholic? No, he doesn't drink. Is he a drug addict? No. Then we don't really know what it is. And finally, a friend of mine now, my psychiatrist, Dr. Noonan, who told Paula that he's never called me Chuck, I walk in and I was devastated, man. And he listened to me, and at the end he said, you're manic depressive. I said, what is that? It's a chemical imbalance, and I'm going to put you on lithium. You're going to be fine. Now, when I asked him a couple of years ago, how was I at that? He goes, it was really horrible, the amount of medication they had you on.
Right.
But it took 2 months.
That's all these psych hospitals are the same.
I guess.
You walk out of there and and you've got so many drugs.
Yeah.
It's too much.
But Richard, now they would tell you right away you're bipolar.
That's right. But that's why I said 45 years ago, it's like they didn't know.
Right.
That's why you were there for a couple months.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's tough.
What do you think the biggest misconception people have about living with bipolar disorder?
I think if you don't know anything about it, and you're living with someone who has bipolar, I mean, if you're not living with somebody who has bipolar, I think any mental illness, a lot of people don't think it's a big deal.
Right.
They kind of, I think with me they do because I got a book, I got this, they've seen me talk, I'm very open like you are, so they're like, okay. But sometimes even with me, when I'm talking about things, I feel like they're thinking.
Thinking what?
Just go take a nap.
Who gives a shit what they think?
See, that's where I'm working hard on not caring what people think. You don't have that.
Oh, I've never had that.
Thank God.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, I was told I was going to get canceled here. I was like, good luck.
Wow.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to
I
tell
know.
Don't be afraid to tell anybody anything.
I get it.
Nobody's important enough to lie to.
Right? Yeah. But I think with mental illness, when I go through panic attacks or whatever I go through, my whole head is worrying what everybody's going to think.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
It's just the way I'm built.
Bro, you're perfect just the way you are.
I know I am.
Anybody who tells you differently, you tell them Richard Taite says go yourself.
You can't get it out of here. It's almost like
it's like, you know what it's like?
What?
It's like, what are the neighbors going to think?
Exactly. But that's kind of the way I was brought up.
Me too. Well,
How'd you get out of it?
With my grandmother. Well, I told her at a very young age that I don't care what the neighbors think, but I love you. I love you more than anything in the world. Okay, now can I have my eggies the way I like them? That's how I handled it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a really. I'm much better because I look in the mirror and go, this is killing me.
Explain the part about your upbringing.
Well, the upbringing is very simple. You shouldn't be weak. You shouldn't show any vulnerability when you're Hispanic. My father's from Nicaragua. My mother's from San Salvador. And you care what people think enormously.
Right.
It shouldn't be that way at all, but it is that way. What happens is, because of the way I was brought up, and they loved me to death, and my dad, everything was great in that way. There's other things that happened that whatever. But we have to pay for what they did. So I'm paying for this, care what people think. I look at you like that's what I want. Now, don't get me wrong. The less I have, sometimes, you wake up and there's days where I don't give a shit.
Right.
And sometimes, it's been about a couple of weeks now.
Right, good.
Where I don't give a shit, right? This morning I got up and a tad I did. But in the past, all the fucking time.
Yeah. Just to be completely transparent, the only reason I don't care about what other people think is because I hold myself to a higher standard than what anybody else would hold me to. So it's perfectionism.
Yeah.
Right? So that's what I'm constantly striving for. Not good for your happiness, but excellent for your upward mobility. And, that's just the trade-off that's the contract I made with myself a long time ago.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
We're out of time. Please subscribe on YouTube, click the thumbs up, and leave a comment. Please subscribe on Apple Podcast and Spotify and leave a rating and a review. And share the We're Out of Time podcast with others who will get value out of it. See you next Tuesday.